You know, I think it's probably like the best film ever made here.
Oh, I mean, in my books, no doubt.
Yeah, it's nothing like it. Like Kevin James probably brings a Oscar-worthy performance.
I mean, the fact that this didn't get Best Picture,
Yeah, it pisses me off.
uh, the industry is so corrupt.
Like, what I love about this film, it tricks you to think it's a kid's film, but really it's actually a drama about a unhappy mall cop who stalks a woman who just looks pretty. Like that one scene where he just goes to the security room and just spies on her in the security cameras.
It speaks volumes about the human condition.
Yeah, exactly. And you can tell that Blar is just not happy with his life.
Yeah.
One of the pieces of dialogue was that he only eats to fill in his empty void. You could tell he's not happy.
Yeah, I mean, they make it pretty obvious.
Yeah, it's probably one of the most darkest and most thought-provoking films I have ever seen.
I mean, if there was a letter above A, that's what it's getting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you have any waifus?
Oh, Grace, this faggot again.
Is that guy from Twitter?
Yeah.
Shut up! Give me him, I want your friends!
Why you still want my friends, dude? Get your own friends, you fucking loser.
Shut up! Give me your friends now!
Nah, fam. Nah, just go away, Jesus.
Shut the fuck up!
Oh, Jesus, fuck. Calm down. Okay?
Come here.
Me?
No,
Yes.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
I
Don't
will-
listen to him.
I will-
Bro. Absolute sociopath. What's wrong with you?
I'm saying something you're gonna hate.
Stand on what?
You're such an asshole.
How you literally try to get everybody to diss me like I've done some shitty things to you. I admit that, but
You know
come
what?
on.
Shut up. You're gay, everyone's gay but me.
Look, man, I respect your orientation, but you still gotta have permission.
Shut the fuck up.
Dude, just calm down.
You calm down. I want to be Nathan's friend, but you won't let me.
Well, maybe because you're just some stranger.
Shut up.
On the
He wants to be
internet.
my friend, I know it. Tell me more about KillerBotFilms.
15 years old, 6'3", Russian.
No, I want drama. I feed off drama like I feed off IQ points.
I mean, I don't know all that much about his drama, but he has flaws. We all do. He's like, 15-year-old kid.
Not me. I am perfect. But I'm discovering something about myself. I might be a little, not straight. If you, actually, no. I'm gonna wait till marriage. Here, hold this. I gotta buckle back. Goddamn belt. Close enough. Give me back the gun.
No.
Don't shoot me. My wife will miss me.
Your waifu?
Yeah, Olivia. My wife.
Okay. I'm just, you know what? I think you need some more time in there.
No. I don't want to be in the closet.
Shit. I'm KillerBotFilms, and you're watching the KillerBotFilms show. Hello, KillerBotFilms here. I'm with Nathan over here.
Hello.
And today we are reviewing Blade Runner 2049 from the same director as Enemy, Prisoners, and Arrival. Now, you want to explain the plot?
Sure. Well,
Come on, what's the problem?
it's kind of a long movie. I don't remember all the. Can we get Ciaran?
Ciaran, come
Yeah,
on.
he saw the movie with us.
Ciaran.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, Ciaran saw this one, so I just probably know Ciaran from the Golf of two of my other skits.
Okay, well, Blade Runner 2049 is the long-awaited sequel to the original Blade Runner, which was 30 years ago. It's set in the same premise. You're in a dystopian future where the world is completely polluted and slave labor has been brought back by the creation of replicants. Now, one of these replicants is played by Ryan Gosling, and he's a Blade Runner, which means he is sent by the LAPD to go around and hunt old models of replicants that are no longer being controlled. But on one of his recent missions, he discovers a strange clue about how he might be different.
Yeah, that's basically the plot without giving away too much. Now, I was probably talking about the original Blade Runner, which we all saw. I actually saw it for the first time before I saw 2049. I really love the first one. I know it's like one of
Yeah.
your favorite films.
It's so good.
It's a great sci-fi movie. I really enjoyed it too.
Yeah, but I only saw the theatrical cut. That was the only one that was available to me. You guys saw the other cuts?
I saw the final cut.
I didn't have the one with the narration.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the one with narration. The narration version is really hated. But I thought the narration added to the noir of the first film.
Yeah, I want to get that one too.
And I was looking forward to this film. You know, I really respect the director. Because he's making a huge name for himself already.
Yeah, like I loved Arrival, and I haven't seen any of his other works, but Arrival was a great film.
Plus, Ryan Gosling is my boy. So, of course, I had to see it.
He has a gay crush on Ryan Gosling.
Shut the fuck up, Nathan.
It's not a secret anymore.
Yeah, everyone knows.
And I didn't know anything could top Baby Driver, but this might be my favorite film of the year so far. I absolutely adored everything about this film. The cinematography, characters, story, soundtrack, everything worked beautifully. And this is by a light year better than the original.
Yeah, I mean, I'll personally always have the original's villain, Roy Batty, in my heart, but in every other aspect, Blade Runner 2049 improves it tenfold.
Yeah, I agree. There isn't one shot in Blade Runner 2049 that I hated. Every shot was perfect. It was perfectly framed. There was always stuff going on. The movie was just technologically perfect.
I mean, you don't get a lot of noir films these days. There's lots of empty, what would seem like empty shots where they're just thinking about something or just staring into the middle distance for like 3 or 4 seconds, and Christian didn't even notice.
Yeah, I didn't notice at all. Like, I was so intrigued by the film that I was just analyzing every frame and just was amazed by it.
Yeah, the plot is so engaging and the world is so immersive that when they stop and there's complete silence or just nothing interesting on the screen at all, you're not bored because while the character is thinking, so are you.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Exactly.
Also, one thing I really did appreciate, I know you brought up that the villain from the first Blade Runner always holds a special place in your heart, but I really like Jared Leto in this film, who does play the antagonist.
Oh yeah,
He was great, and I think he redeemed himself from Suicide Squad because
Oh,
he didn't walk
for
in.
sure.
I was really waiting for him to walk in and laugh.
Oh god.
He never did that. Sorry.
Ah.
But no, he gave a really good supporting performance, and I think it's definitely one of his better ones I've seen from him.
I really, again, I love Ryan Gosling in this one. Again, Ryan Gosling's like my personal Jesus, and my God's David Hasselhoff. But Ryan Gosling, though, gives this really kind of like somber, kind of side tone, like he was in Drive.
he nails the noir.
Yeah,
right on the head.
Yeah, and when he starts showing emotions and feelings, you definitely really feel that.
There was a scene where he was like screaming, and it just wasn't. I wasn't used to it because his character was very like collected, and then when he like freaks out, like it's kind of a shock.
It's not to spoil anything, but like him really struggling with his humanity, not being a human, is
Yeah, and you could tell he wants to actually be a human. He wants to be more than just a replicant. He actually wants to be with society.
he wants he wants to be different.
Yeah.
I mean, we all do, but it's difficult when you've got a serial number tattooed on your eyeball.
Yeah, and what's so good about this film, without spoiling anything, it has a really nice twist at the end.
It does.
That really just breaks it from any other, message about following your dreams and all of that.
It's not and I mean, the film is so long. It's like not even
It's almost
before the end. It's like a whole. Once you learn that, it's not like right before it ends, twist ending, M. Night Shyamalan ding dong. It's like, the plot thickens.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
you get to the final acts of it and such.
One thing I will say, we didn't talk about this, but visual effects were magnificent.
Oh, of course.
They were the best visual effects of the year so far.
Yeah, and
In my
again, straying away from any spoiler because you have to see it.
You do.
You have to.
But is that there's a character who's supposed to be from the original film that they're trying to make look just like they did in the original, and they
nailed it.
They either used some sort of like a look-alike or with makeup or just a whole lot of makeup, but I was afraid it was going to be like a Grand Moff Tarkin deal.
Oh god.
Don't remind me of that.
Where he's walking around looking like a shapeshifter, but like if I watched that for the first time and I hadn't seen the original, I would have assumed I wouldn't even have thought that was like prosthetics or anything.
Yeah.
It was so good.
What I love about this film as well is that you don't need to see the first one to understand this one. Like, as Chris Stuckman quoted, 2049 isn't just some setup to, like, a whole franchise. It's its own story, and it can be left alone. It can be left alone. Like, not tweaked whatsoever.
Yeah.
We don't need a 2050. 2049 is enough.
Yeah, I mean, and when it comes to seeing the first one, you don't have to. I definitely recommend you catch this while it's still in theaters. Like, it's such an experience with the soundtrack.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're gonna moan on about that in a few seconds, but I definitely suggest you see the original. It's still a classic.
Yeah, the original is definitely a sci-fi classic, so you don't need to see it before seeing this, but I recommend seeing it anyway.
And I think that because all the effects and like the setting it's not CGI because it's an older movie. It's all practical. It still looks great to this day.
Funny you mentioned about the soundtrack, which I'll be starting to nut all over.
This is where he's going to be nutting, guys.
But in the original Blade Runner, it's kind of like kind of jazzy theme to fit the more film noir.
Yeah.
Here, it's a little bit more kind of like techno, sci-fi kind of mystery type feel.
Like
and it's a lot of,
almost like vaguely Inception-y.
Yeah.
Like mystery.
And it just adds so much tension to every single scene, and it just fits perfectly. There was one music track, I don't know if you guys noticed, that was a little bit overused. But it's one of those flaws you can just easily skip over.
Yeah, it's more of a nitpick than anything.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
I know it's like for a few scenes, but just the cinematography, characters, and story was just so amazing that it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
I really want this to get Oscar nominations, so Oscars, nominate this.
Hopefully it becomes like, this is probably like the next Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah, where everyone just wants it should get nominated, and then
Yeah.
it probably will, but it'll lose Best Picture to some artsy bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, some Oscar bait.
Or Dunkirk, one of the two.
Well, I mean, I
great.
wouldn't be mad.
If Dunkirk won, I wouldn't
winning.
necessarily be mad, but
I wouldn't at all, no, yeah. But the amalgamation of the soundtrack and the cinematographies, there's never a dull moment. It's almost 3 hours long, but you don't even notice.
The cinematography is probably some of the best I have seen in years, and definitely by far the best of this year. Like, it's just, all the shots are just so colorful, mysterious, it has so many different feels. It's going to sound pretentious as hell, but each shot and frame tells its own story. Like, each shot and frame is like a painting.
Every frame is a painting.
God damn it.
Like, yeah.
you did say it was going to sound pretentious.
He was right.
Yeah.
But legitimately, you wouldn't. I'm not saying like that the film blows by. It definitely is almost 3 hours, 2 hours 40 minutes.
Yeah, 2 hours and 47 minutes, I believe.
But the reason it's never a dull moment is that it's not like non-stop action packed. There's always something going on in every shot. Not even necessarily. I mean, there's just like shots of him just walking and nothing extraordinary about the background. It's just the way it's framed, the way it looks, the incredible music, and the fact that you are thinking about the plot the entire time. This isn't a movie you're going to be bored and checking your phone. This is a movie you're going to be so invested that you are going to be figuratively on the edge of your seat.
So what grade would you give Blade Runner 2049? I'll give it an A+. Like, I didn't expect to love it as much as I did. And it's probably not one of my all-time favorite films, and my favorite film this year so far, and one of the best sequels ever made. Like, it's rare to see a sequel that's like a light year better than the original.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Blade Runner 2049 an A+, because everything technologically was just perfect. The way it was shot, visually, cinematography, the acting, everything was just perfect. It's my second favorite sequel of all time, because nothing beats The Dark Knight, let's be honest. Nothing does. But I love this movie. Give it a watch. You don't even need to see the first one. Just watch this movie. It's perfect. Please show it support.
Yeah, I mean, watch the movie. Go back and watch the original later. It's really good too. But yeah, I sound like a broken record here, but every shot, great. All the music, great. and I don't know if we touch on this too much, but all the acting is great too.
Oh yeah.
Every character is very strong. It definitely an A+. Okay, so we can have that. That's the triple A+.
Triple A plus.
Uh,
That's probably convince you guys to go see this as soon as possible. Again, don't need to see the first one. Don't need to see the first one at all. No matter what cut, director's cut, final cut, the other cut that's gonna come in like in 10, 20 years, I don't know. So that's it for this review. I'm KillerBotFilms. This is Ciaran.
Hi.
And this is Nathan.
Hello.
And have a great time.
Subscribe to KillerBotFilms. If you don't, then you're a fucking twat.